Many Americans are still celebrating the birth and independence of our nation today. So this week, we're taking a look at one of the most bizarre political movements ever on the West Coast.
In tonight's Oregon Trails, Newswatch 12's Ron Brown reports on the move to create a new state out of Southern Oregon and Northern California. It wasn't a new idea in 1941, but it came closest to happening then on the eve of World War II.
Mapping out a plan to try to get the public involved, and that is going to be through the petition initiative referendum to succeed from the state of California and form our own state.
Anthony Antizo is chairman of the State of Jefferson Action Committee and the Greenhorn Grange. Both organizations are seriously considering resurrecting a statehood plan that almost came to pass just before World War II started. It's an idea that just doesn't seem to want to die. The idea that counties in far northern California and southern Oregon could break away from their home states and form a new state, the state of Jefferson.
We feel that we're being outvoted by the urban centers. They're voting into laws and things into effect that just totally decimate our rural agricultural communities.
The idea of a separate state goes back as far as 1852 and has come under several names: Klamath, Jackson, Shasta, and Middle West Coastia. But its strongest and best chance came in late 1941. That's when local leaders, fed up with what they saw as abandonment by Salem and Sacramento, elected Judge John Childs of Crescent City as governor in a gathering at Wairika, December 4th, 1941. There they declared Wairika the capital of the new state of Jefferson.
It was a serious effort because at that point in time, their issues were lack of recognition and roads. Transportation infrastructure was the problem, the real serious problem.
So when the rallies and parades took place, all the major magazines were in Wairika. There was even a mock border blockade where gun-toting citizens handed out declarations of independence. A film crew from Hollywood showed up to produce a newsreel to be shown in movie theaters across the country. They decided, though, that it would look better if they staged the border blockade along the road to Montague because there really wasn't enough traffic at the Siskiyou Pass. The film would have been in theaters, but 3 days later, Pearl Harbor was bombed, and the movement died for the sake of national unity.
They were serious about seceding. But as we said, when the war came along, they said, hey, we're all patriots. Let's go help defend the country. So it fell apart at that point.
The film was stashed in a vault in Burbank until it was rediscovered a few years ago. If the Japanese had not bombed Pearl Harbor just a few days after the State of Jefferson convention, who knows what would have happened? Matter of fact, maybe this Welcome to Oregon sign would not even be here because we'd be in the middle of the state of Jefferson. Today you can buy hats, t-shirts, bumper stickers, and suspenders with the Double Cross logo, symbolizing local residents' feelings that they were double-crossed by Salem and Sacramento. One time you could even buy Jefferson State beer. But today, the state of Jefferson is more than just a marketing gimmick for the region.
Just this last year in 08, the latter part of 08, people were saying, you know, let's resurrect the concept of a state of Jefferson, not just for identity purposes, but for the grievances that we have.
There are no marches and rallies yet, but Antizo says they hope to petition the legislature to carve out the Northern California and maybe some Southern Oregon counties to form a new state. But that's a big if.
In all reality, along those lines, we have to have the legislature's approval. And are we going to get it?
It may be a long shot, but he says support is building and state of Jefferson supporters are not going to give up easily their plan to be the 51st state of the Union. In Wairika, Ron Brown, Newswatch 12.